Captain Marcus Chun stared at the holographic display showing his latest diplomatic gift from the Galactic Empire. Another bride. The 5th one this cycle. Sir, the Zephyrian delegation insists this arrangement will strengthen human-alien relations, his aide, Lieutenant Torres, said nervously. They single quotes quite insistent. Marcus rubbed his temples. Ever since humanity had joined the Galactic Empire 3 years ago, every species seemed determined to marry off their daughters to him. As the human representative and war hero who'd single-handedly destroyed the Void Fleet, he'd become some sort of prize. The crystalline hegemony had sent a princess made of living diamond. The Aquatic Collective offered their most beautiful mare warrior. Even the gaseous nebula folk had somehow proposed through interpretive light shows. He rejected them all. Tell them what I told the others, Marcus said firmly. Humans choose their own mates. We don't do arranged marriages, especially not for political gain. Torres shifted uncomfortably. Sir, this one might be different. Different how? She's not here as a bride offering. The Empire Council has decided that if you won't accept their gifts, they'll send someone who can convince you. Marcus? Frown. What species this time? Voidborn. The temperature in the room seemed to drop. Voidborn were legend shadow creatures from the space between stars, beings of pure darkness and hunger. They were the boogeymen that made other aliens check their closets at night. They sent a Voidborn to Earth? Marcus stood up slowly. That's either a declaration of war or they're trying to kill me specifically. The Council's message said she's their most dangerous negotiator. Torres read from his tablet. Her name is Nixtara, and she's already en route. Ada, 6 hours. Marcus paced his office aboard the orbital station. 6 hours to prepare for what could be humanity's most dangerous first contact. He'd fought star-devouring leviathans and planet-crushing armadas, but something about this felt different. More personal, Nixtara materialized in the docking bay like smoke given form. She stood 7 feet tall, her body a constantly shifting mass of starlight and shadow. Where other Voidborn were described as pure darkness, she contained galaxies swirling. Nebulae danced across her skin, and her eyes held the cold fire of dying suns. Marcus met her alone, against all protocol. If she wanted him dead, an army wouldn't help. Captain Chun. Her voice resonated like the whisper of solar winds. I am Nixtara of the Void Court. The Empire grows tired of your rejections. Then the Empire can learn patience, Marcus replied. Calmly, I've told every delegation the same thing. Humans don't marry for politics. Nixtara circled him slowly, her form rippling. You misunderstand. I'm not here to marry you, human. I'm here to understand why you keep insulting the most powerful species in the galaxy. Do you have a death wish? Maybe I just have standards. She stopped moving, and for a moment, Marcus could swear he saw amusement flicker across her cosmic features. Standards? You rejected a princess whose tears could terraform worlds, a warrior queen who commands living oceans, and a hive-mind empress who could share the thoughts of trillions. What standards could a single human possibly have that they don't meet? Marcus was quiet for a long moment. Then he said, they didn't choose to be there. Explain. Every single one was sent by their families, their governments, their species. None of them wanted to marry me. They were told to. They were political tools, not people making their own choices. He met her starfire gaze directly. I won't be part of turning someone into a political commodity, no matter how beautiful or powerful they are. Nixtara stared at him for what? Felt like an eternity. The galaxies in her form swirled faster. You're serious, she said finally. Dead serious. The Diamond Princess could have made you immortal. The Ocean Queen offered fleets of living ships. The Hive Empress promised knowledge of 1,000,000 worlds. And none of them offered love, partnership, or even basic friendship. Just duty. For the first time since arriving, Nixtara's form solidified slightly, becoming more defined. The Empire. Council will not be pleased with this response. Then they can send their most dangerous warrior next. I'll tell them the same thing. Nixtar laughed a sound like supernovas being born. Captain Chun, I am their most dangerous warrior. I've consumed the light of dying stars and torn holes in reality itself. The Empire sent me here to either convince you or eliminate the problem you represent. Marcus nodded calmly. And I find myself in a position I haven't experienced in 3,000 years of existence. The cosmic patterns on her skin shifted into something almost like vulnerability. I came here by choice. The silence stretched between them. The Empire didn't send me to marry you, Nixtar continued. They sent me to kill you if you remain obstinate. But your reasoning, interests me. You value choice above power, companionship above conquest. These are not concepts my species typically encounters. What are you saying? I'm saying that for the first time in millennia, I'm curious about something other than darkness and entropy. She stepped closer, her form becoming almost solid. I'm saying that if a human is foolish enough to reject goddesses and empresses because they weren't given a choice, perhaps he'd be interested in getting to know a Voidborn who chose to be here. Marcus felt something he hadn't experienced since this diplomatic nightmare began, genuine interest. Are you asking me on a date? I'm asking if you'd like to discover what happens when the universe's most dangerous predator decides. She wants to understand why a single human values choice over power. Marcus smiled, the first real smile he'd worn in months. I'd like that, but I should warn you, I'm told I'm very stubborn. Captain, Nixtar said, her voice carrying the warmth of stellar nurseries, I devour stars for sustenance. I think I can handle stubborn. As reports later reached the Empire Council that their most dangerous operative had been neutralized by human charm, and that Earth's diplomatic marriages were indefinitely postponed, Marcus and Nixtar discovered that sometimes the most dangerous thing in the universe is finding someone who truly understands your choices. And for the first time in galactic history, the Empire learned that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their technology or their courage. It was their absolute insistence on treating everyone, even cosmic predators, as people worth knowing rather than problems to be solved.